I'm Robert Adams, and this is Final Boss. This week on Final Boss, we weigh in on Smash 3DS, put Mr. Freeze on ice with Justin, run from the cops with Curry in world's wildest Grand Theft Auto police chases, and then our crew dukes it out, but on sudden death. Get ready, boss incoming.
What is Final Boss? Final Boss is the product of three great friends, a show by gamers for gamers. Here you'll find all the best in gaming entertainment and talk. We've got reviews, roundtables, previews, let's plays, walkthroughs, all the best in gaming content to keep you coming back for more. So get ready, boss incoming.
I'm Robert Adams,
And I'm Brandon Dixon.
and this is your gaming news.
For all the PC gamers that are all about Assassin's Creed, I'm afraid I have some bad news. The release of Assassin's Creed Rogue is scheduled for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 on November 11th, but the PC version of the game will be released early part of next year. The usual trend for Ubisoft and the Assassin's Creed games is to release the consoles and then release the PC version a month later. However, there is some good news. The release of Assassin's Creed Unity will be released on PS4, the Xbox One, as well as the PC, also on November 11th.
Also in gaming news, Bungie revealed some interesting tidbits about Destiny today. Apparently 3.2 million people play the game for 3 hours a day, 20 times a month, which totals to 1,095 years of gameplay. This is more than Halo 4 and Halo Reach in years of gameplay, but less than Call of Duty's 1,900 years. While sales figures aren't out yet, you have to wonder, with stats like that, are individual players important or are we just numbers to Bungie? I'm Robert Adams.
And I'm Brandon Dixon, and that was your gaming news.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its lights and sounds.
Boom-diada, 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 boom-diada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-diada, boom-diada.
Boom-diada, boom-diada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-diada, 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 boom-diada.
Hey everybody, instead of doing our traditional video review that we do, instead everybody had a little something to say about Smash Brothers. I hate that thing. Everybody had a little something to say about Smash Brothers, so we all grouped up and we're gonna do our review this way.
Yes.
And
yes, we
I like to preface what we're gonna say by saying that it's Smash Brothers. How bad can it possibly be? In fact, it's really good.
True statement.
I mean, they did a pretty masterful job of shrinking everybody's favorite beat 'em up game onto a screen that's like that big.
Well, unless you're, someone as cool as me and you have the XL and
I
screens
mean,
like this big.
I don't know. Anyways, so let's start with the worst part of the game. I think Smash Run. Can we space? What was the worst part of the new release?
Probably the lack thereof of really. Save for Duck Hunt Dog, there wasn't really anybody in the roster that really made me go, wow.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Wii Fit Trainer.
I don't know.
Wii Fit Trainer's kind of interesting. Villager was really good. We talked about that on an earlier episode.
Oh, you're talking about how they play. I thought you were talking about like being surprised.
No. Being surprising is what I mean. Now, if you look back to Brawl, okay, you had Snake, which Snake was probably as crazy as it has ever gotten, because who expected?
Yeah, really.
Solid
Who expected
Snake?
Everybody's favorite secret agent to be on Smash Brothers?
Now, it has been noted that Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear, has asks Sakurai multiple times prior to Brawl to include Solid Snake.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean I don't like, a lot of people didn't really have access to that kind of information.
And then there was Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, well,
Waka Waka?
Pac-Man didn't surprise me.
Pac-Man did not
because
that surprising?
because
Namco was working on the game.
Yeah, they worked on the game as well, and a lot of people expected it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mii Fighter didn't surprise me because
that's just fun.
That's a new thing that
Creative
Nintendo's
Fighter?
doing.
I also, speaking of Creative Fighter, I like the alternate move system where you can swap out some of each character's more annoying moves. Like, I don't use a lot of bombs as Link, but then I got the huge bomb from doing the challenge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is better. Or Zero Suit Samus's blaster that doesn't tickle. You can actually make it deal some real damage. Some of those alternate moves really imbalance characters.
Oh yeah.
Are you using any of those?
Well, I have, because the character that I prefer to play as the most is probably Dr. Mario.
Mm-hmm.
And I've liked Dr. Mario since Melee, and I was really happy that Dr. Mario came back.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do like the custom moves. Like, I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it's Dr. Mario's side B, which is like the sheet, but like his, like, instead of like turning the character around, forcing them to look the other way, like it just straight up shocks them and launches them really far.
So it actually deals damage.
It deals it dealt damage before, but this deals like 20 points more.
Ouch.
And then on top of that, I also have like the quick, speedy, little tiny pill instead of like, because you can get the fast one, the small fast one, the normal one, or the really big one that spins really slow, but it hits them for quite a bit of damage.
And they also revamped some characters that were already in the game. Ganondorf actually got a serious facelift in this game. He took me a few tries to beat. When I was trying to unlock him. I think I finally got him as Lucina because I reflected one of his warlock punches and kafoom, and it wasn't pretty. But we'll be right back. We're going to be talking about the game modes and the new features in the game, and not the characters, in our next segment. We'll be right back here on Final Boss, Channel 85, MSU TV.
Hey everyone, this is Justin Coons, and today I want to show you how to conquer Mr. Freeze from the 2011 game, Batman Arkham City. The opening cutscene for this battle takes place at Gotham City Police Department, where you walk in on Mr. Freeze making a cure to help heal a dying Batman who's been injected with some venom from Joker. For this battle, I chose to do it on normal mode, and on normal, it's a little difficult, but you only have to defeat and attack Mr. Freeze 5 separate times. Now, if you choose to do it on hard mode, which eventually, after a couple playthroughs, you'll be ready. Okay, now that the battle is beginning, the first thing you should do is use the remote electrical charge gun and shoot at one of the heaters. Now, shooting at one of the heaters will cause an electric current to suck Mr. Freeze, contain him enough for you to walk over and pulverize him. Number 2, the Batarang electrocution. Not the technical term for it, but it's something that I enjoy doing. You wait till Mr. Freeze is near the water, and you notice the power cords laying in the water that are emitting electricity. Throw the Batarang at the red button, or you can just hit it. It'll send a surge of electricity through Mr. Freeze. After Mr. Freeze has been electrocuted, you have a little bit of time to get on top of the railing above where he's been electrocuted at. Now, you'll see a couple commands, but for this, I take down Mr. Freeze using the drop attack method. The drop attack method it's pretty awesome, and it's a great way to come down on some enemies that are below you. Now you're about halfway done. So, wait till Mr. Freeze has walked around. Preferably, if you take him down by the water, wait till he's on the other side of the stairs, and follow behind him. But be careful and be sneaky. Try not to make a lot of noise, and then sneak up behind him and take him down with a silent takedown.
That is the last time that will work.
I can't allow Freeze to see me. He's too dangerous.
Number 5, the Great Takedown. Now, the Great Takedown is just a great way to get Mr. Freeze. But you gotta be careful. When you're in the grates, if he sees you, he will attack you, and it will hurt and potentially take you out. But what you need to do is go to the very end, walk through the end underneath the grates until Mr. Freeze is close to you. Once you see the button command, now, if this is your fifth one, Mr. Freeze will be done if you're on normal mode.
Please, find Nora. She's all I have left.
You've just now defeated Mr. Freeze on normal mode. What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to go to Disneyland? Well, you're actually not. You're going to go on to face, the Joker and Ra's al Ghul and, Hugo Strange. You're not done yet. Stay tuned later in the show for World's Wildest Grand Theft Auto Police Chases. This is Justin Coombs. Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, and welcome to part 2 of our debriefing of the new Smash game. We talked about the characters earlier in the show and the alternate moves and what surprised us and what didn't. But the game actually it packs a lot more. It crams everything we've come to expect from a Smash game, except a detailed storyline.
Yeah,
into the little handheld box.
In all fairness, the Subspace Emissary, which was the detailed story arc that they had in Brawl, that was only in Brawl. It wasn't in any of the other games prior to Brawl. So, I mean, I am disappointed, don't get me wrong. However, I mean, I'm not, surprised that they didn't do it because Sakurai said that he was kind of peeved. With it? Yeah, he was miffed because people would share the cinematics before other people had it on the internet, so it kind of defeated the purpose.
Yeah, Nintendo has long been an opponent of content sharing. I kind of feel like there's a reason that they won't actually just let you export a .mp4 file
it's silly. What do you think about this?
Well, the reason they don't do that for the replay is because it completely rebuilds the fight, so you can change the camera.
I understand that, but I think at the end of it, it should have a button to create a .mp4 file as well.
Probably because of how much power that game takes up on the 3DS. But, you can't even access Miiverse all the way.
Does it push the limits of it?
Yeah, whenever you exit out that game, it basically does a soft reset of the whole system.
Ouch. That must be why it takes so long to bring up the home menu.
Yeah.
But the game does feature All-Star mode.
It does.
And the All-Star mode is interesting in that you take on the characters from starting at the date they came in. So you take on Pac-Man, Mario, and Donkey Kong, and then it ends with Robin and Lucina. And the characters.
Greninja's the last one. The first one being Pac-Man or
Pac-Man and Mr. Game & Watch.
Mr. Game & Watch. But of course, you you fight like about like not you fight like 3 at a time.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot easier.
It is.
It is a lot easier, but
it's a lot more vanilla.
It didn't watered down.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool how they make it in the chronological order.
Yeah,
of their
it's like you run through the years and you kind of learn who came out when and who's the oldest characters. You learn a little bit of Nintendo trivia.
You do
while you play the new All-Star mode.
Also, one more thing, like a newer thing that they did was like the way you get trophies being like what is it called, like
Trophy Rush.
Trophy Rush. Yes.
And then there's the actual trophy shop, so like you don't have to like in Brawl like where they had the coin launcher, which I thought that was really lame. I mean, it was kind of cool.
It was kind of entertaining, but I agree. I think actually having a playable Smash game where you have to manipulate the character. I like to play that as Fox because I can just stand there and use his little dash attack.
What's Brandon? What is the thing that you probably found most cool about this new entry in Smash?
I think the way that they did the classic mode, especially when you get up to like the higher levels, like level 9. Not going to say what it is, but there's something really cool at the very end. If you go up the Black Path.
Yes, I concur.
It does get a little interesting. For me, I have to say I'm gonna fall back on the alternate move sets. That took me for a loop. It really added a layer of depth.
It kind of like
for me to the game.
Kind of erased the whole like whole thing of clone characters. Like so, there's not really I guess in all fairness, like the alternate moves are like the same moves except they either do more damage or less damage, and
it gives you versatility. It takes away like a paralyzed attack and gives you some actual damage. Overall, though, this game is at the very least a great companion to the Wii U version, but it also stands alone by itself. I'd say we give it 4.5 out of 5.
I give it 5.
You give we don't give 5.
I would give it a 5.
I think it's the second best Smash game.
4.75. Then we'll do some averaging. We'll be right back here on Final Boss. We got sudden death coming up. Brandon, Robert over there, and Sam are going to square off on Smash 3DS. Thanks for watching.
And print. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, it's me, Sam, here with Robert and Brandon Turner, T-Dog, T-Bone. He has many nicknames because there's two Brandons. Anyway,
T-Box 1.
We're playing Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS today. We figured we mix it up and actually play the new game that came out a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to be playing as Ike. Robert, who are you playing as?
Playing as Mega Man, my childhood hero since I was 5.
I'm going to play as Ridley. Just kidding, I'm playing as Sonic.
Alright, and we're going to do a random Omega stage. Let's see what it is. It says Rainbow Road, but these guys will have to choose two. So we'll see how that goes.
Someone's not going to pick an Omega stage.
Well, someone better pick an Omega stage.
I picked a stage. Does that count?
Yes, that does count. Alright, guys.
We're now ready.
Here we go.
Let's see where we go. Hope we go to the Omega version of Final Destination.
And we did.
Nice.
Thank goodness I picked it.
Yeah. I don't understand the Omega version of Final Destination, which is the... Yeah, it's really...
Rest in peace, Sonic.
I hate you, Sonic. I hate Mega Man even more, you third-party pieces of garbage.
I know, right? What's with these third-party kids getting in here?
Childhood heroes for the win.
Even though Metal Blade was good in the actual game, in Smash Brothers, it's not, Robert.
I know.
So quit spamming
Yeah,
it.
good, unlike you.
Oh, snap, sister.
I know, right?
Haha.
We both blew up.
Thank you for throwing me out of the range of that attack. I didn't mean to grab you, Ike.
Well,
but I'm glad it happened.
You're not the hero that Gotham deserves.
I do gotta hand it to Nintendo for actually putting Roy back in the game, just not the Roy that people.
No!
Oops.
No!
Smash Ball, come on, Super Sonic.
Man. Great.
Aha! Oh, apparently you're still invincible at the end of that attack. Hope you like that spring in your face.
I walked right into that.
That was a thing of pure beauty.
Sonic will live on in the hearts of many. And apparently in this game as well. Every time I keep thinking Sonic's gonna die, he doesn't.
Gosh, Sonic just needs to die, though. You know, for real.
He did in Sonic 06.
That's all I had to say. Not touching that.
I don't like Sonic as a character.
I do. Because I like fast characters.
Well, he died pretty quickly, if you ask me.
Which is why Rosalina's my main. Is it just me or is it lagging out a little bit?
It is, and we're not even playing online.
Uh-oh.
Might be the bad weather.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That was a little disappointing. Like, I feel like I was getting teamed up by third-party pieces of trash, such as Mega Man and Sonic.
Aha!
That was Beautiful.
I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know how it happened either, but I want it to happen again.
So let's see how this is going to go, gentlemen. Let's see how this plays out. Naturally, I'm the victorious one. That was...
I guess Sonic wasn't fast enough.
Sonic wasn't fast enough.
And
He's
Mega Man
too
was
slow.
And Mega Man was not strong enough.
He's too slow. And that's all we got for now on Final Boss with Sudden Death. It was a good matchup between you two, except not really. It was actually a crushing defeat. But stay tuned for more cool things coming your way here on Final Boss.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
That's all for this week on Final Boss. Tune in next week for our 6th out of 10 episodes this season. I'd like to thank our executive producer Tim Creekmore and everybody here at MSU TV and on our crew at Final Boss for making the show possible. We had a lot of fun this week beating up on Mr. Freeze, playing some Smash Brothers, and running from the police in Grand Theft Auto with Curry. If you want to be on Sudden Death or on the show in general, tweet @TheMiniNinja or go to facebook.com/DecaturGaming and we'll get you up here. For everyone on our crew and everybody here at MSU TV, I'm John Dunaway. You've been watching Final Boss. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.